Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rita here, and today I am going to be talking about the title of this video, how my husband caught, but I did not. That's right, he tested positive, I tested negative. So let's jump right into this. So he came home from work and he's feeling really sore. He's like, I'm feeling sore. I'm not sure if it's just from work or like joint pain or something else. So we waited, and a little bit throughout the day, by the time it was time to go to bed, he was like pretty sore. And I'm like, oh, maybe you're coming down with the flu, because it was like soreness like your body gets when you're catching the flu. So I kind of massaged his shoulders a little bit, whatever. But then, and I'm like, well, we'll see, but let's see how you feel tomorrow. So the next day, he was still feeling sore, but that was pretty much it. And I'm like, well, and then he said, oh, my eyes are feeling kind of warm, like maybe I'm getting a fever. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, here we go. And I said, okay, so you, um, maybe you have, that thing. And he's like, no, I don't think so. And I said, well, we'll have to find out. So I took his temperature. Sure enough, he was a little warm, nothing crazy, just a little like a degree warmer than you're supposed to be, in the average body temperature. So I thought, well, let's not take any chances if you're having body aches, though. So I gave him some Tylenol. I think it's Tylenol Cold and Flu or Tylenol Severe Cold or something like that, the tablets. So I gave him that. And I also gave him like this homeopathic cocktail um, that I found, and I will put that right there as a matter of fact. So, and I gave him that every 3 hours, but the Tylenol I gave him as directed. So anyway, I'm thinking, okay, if you have this thing, let's try to get you in to see a doctor. So we were able to schedule an appointment for the next day to get him tested. But throughout the course of the day, he got just a little bit warmer. So definitely there was a fever coming, and he's like, oh, my eyes are getting really hot. I'm like, oh, this is not good. Now, he didn't have any coughing or anything like that. Um, and so he was just on the couch. And so I said, okay, fine, if that's what you think. So he just kind of stayed on the couch, watched TV. So what did I do? First of all, I let him have the couch. I didn't quarantine him, or I did not wear a mask and all that stuff. And I didn't wear gloves either. And because I feel like with gloves, you can sometimes forget that you're wearing them and scratch yourself, like scratch your face or, whatever, touch yourself and then take the gloves off. But it's easier for me just to clean my hands. So this is what I did. If I brought him food, because I did wait on him hand and foot. This was to avoid, well, first of all, he wasn't feeling well, but second of all, to avoid him roaming all about the house, touching and breathing and all over everything, right? So I let him have the couch, and if I sat and watched TV with him, I sat in a chair up on the other side of the couch, right? A chair across the room, whatever you want to call it. I sat in a chair, I let him have the couch. Also, I put a bottle of hand sanitizer next to him. So if he did need to get up, go to the bathroom or whatever, he could sanitize first and then go to the bathroom. But even with that, I still would wipe down everything he would touch. So say, for instance, if he ate something or drank something and I had to take his dishes, I would take his dishes right in the kitchen, put them in the dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, that's fine. Put them in, some sudsy water or whatever in the sink, and I would wash my hands right after that. Do not pass go. Like anytime I had to touch something after him, I would wash my hands or sanitize or whatever, Um, door handles, the knobs for the hot and cold water in the bathroom, wherever, spray that stuff down with Lysol. The toilet handle, the toilet seat, like you clean, clean, clean. That's what I have to tell you. You cannot clean enough. So that is what I did. Again, didn't wear a mask, didn't wear gloves, didn't quarantine him, anything like that. Kept my distance though. So, but yes, sanitize everything. If you don't have access, let's say, to Lysol, like cleaning, disinfectant wipes and all that stuff, let's say the stores are out, bleach water, get some soapy bleach water, that works good too. But I think there's a lot of fear mongering out there about how this stuff is contracted, to be honest. Yeah, if somebody's coughing all in your face, then yeah, that might be a problem. But he was not coughing or anything. I don't believe that just by breathing in the air. I don't think that's how it's going down. I think it's just like any other type of cold flu virus. Like you cough on somebody in somebody's face, yes, you might get it. You talk in close proximity, stuff like that. He though thinks that he's pretty sure he caught it from touching somebody's pen. So I think you're more susceptible to catching this thing from touching things that other people with the thing have touched. He thinks he can remember touching a pen um, because he hadn't had any interaction with people. He was working alone that whole week. So the only interaction he had was when he went into a store and there was still distance between the cashier or whatever and him, but he touched a pen in there to sign off on some papers. So there you go. That was a pen. So you're gonna want to be sure you're sanitized. If you don't do anything else, sanitize your hands regularly. If you're in the house with somebody who has it and you don't have it, you think they might be coming down with something, they're getting sore, whatever, showing symptoms of some kind of cold or flu, start taking precautions. Wipe down handles, doorknobs, toilet seats, the toilet handle, flush thing, like anything that refrigerator, like even with him, if I had to run to the store and he happened to have to go to the fridge for something, even though he sanitized his hands, because I gave him the bottle of sanitizer to put next to him before he gets off the couch and goes anywhere, I still would wipe down the door handles. Or if he touched a bottle of something, I would wipe that down. So that is key. I think that is key. I mean, some could argue maybe, my immune system is a little more, maybe I have a decent immune system, and that could be the case. But I mean, still, I think keeping your hands clean from germs is going to be the thing that can really keep you. The mask thing, yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess if somebody, like I said, somebody coughs in your face, but your eyes ain't protected. So, I mean, I really do think though that keeping your distance a little bit, even with him, like at night, we would go to bed. We still slept in the same bed. Now, granted, we have a king size bed. I'm kind of an edge hugger, so I slept on my side of the bed with my face turned toward the wall, so he wouldn't be breathing in my face. Now, if you're like a wild sleeper, and if you think that you might flip flop and all that stuff throughout the night, maybe you want to sleep in a separate room, because again, I think it's going to be that close proximity. Like if he had been breathing like in my face, sorry, I put my hand in my face, had been breathing down my throat, then probably, yeah, I would catch it. But I've slept on this other side of the bed. He slept on his side. Everything was fine. I also sprayed down his pillowcases, and I sprayed down the couch with some like that disinfectant fabric spray, or even Tylenol. I mean, not Tylenol, the Lysol spray. I just sprayed that stuff. Anywhere he was, when he got up, I sprayed that sucker down. So that is going to be what you're going to want to do. As far as what I gave him every 3 hours, here it is. You can try it out if you want to. I will tell you this, we did skip. I gave it to him the minute I thought he might have it. I started giving it to him, and we did skip one dose because I think I was trying to give him something else. And that night he had some tightness in his chest. He had not experienced this the whole time. We skipped a dose of the cocktail. He had some tightness. The next morning we got back on the cocktail. He was perfectly fine. So does it work? He says it worked for him. He believes it worked. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This was longer than I wanted it to be, but there you have it. I hope you all are having a great week and year, even though it's been crazy, and the crazy is probably going to continue, but it's all good. Oh, it's all good. I hope you're having a great week, and until next time, God bless.